Shiv Parvati Marriage Story. Shiv Parvati Vivah Katha. The story of marriage of Shiva and Parvati holds special significance in Indian culture. This story is not just the story of the marriage of a god and goddess, but symbolizes the balance of life and creation. There is such a wonderful combination of true love, sacrifice, penance and dedication in this story, which teaches us the highest ideals of life. Parvati was born to Himalayan king Himavan and queen Mena. She was the reincarnation of the same goddess Sati, who was married to Lord Shiva in her previous birth, but after her father Daksh insulted Shiva, she burnt herself to ashes in the fire of yoga. Sati was born as Parvati in her next birth. Parvati was engrossed in the worship of Lord Shiva since childhood. He had accepted Shiva with his mind, body and soul. As time passed, Parvati's desire to have Shiva as her husband became stronger. Seeing his determination and desire, his parents also supported him. Parvati decided to adopt the path of rigorous penance and went to the forest and got absorbed in penance. He followed strict fasting and penance. The entire universe was shaken by this difficult penance of Parvati. Impressed by his dedication and devotion, Lord Vishnu and Brahma requested Shiva to marry Parvati. When Narada Muni saw this effort of Parvati, he came to meet her. He blessed Parvati and said that due to her penance and devotion Shiva's heart would melt. Narada Muni also told Parvati's parents that it was certain that Parvati would be married to Shiva, but for this they would have to leave no stone unturned in their efforts. Lord Shiva was engrossed in penance and was not attracted by any kind of worldly attraction. In such a situation, it was a difficult task to motivate Shiva for marriage. The gods took the help of Kamadeva so that he could instill love in the heart of Shiva. Kamadeva shot a flower arrow at Shiva, breaking his penance. But as soon as Shiva saw the interruption in his penance, he became angry and opened his third eye. As a result, Kamadeva got burned to ashes. However, the distress of Kamadeva's wife Rati and the compassion of Lord Shiva revived Kamdev, but only in the form of thought. When Shiva came to know about Parvati's penance, he was impressed. Seeing Parvati's love and penance, Shiva decided to test her. Shiva took the form of an old sage and appeared before Parvati. The old sage said to Parvati, "You are such a beautiful princess, then why do you wish to marry such a beggar, a homeless man and a tantric man who does not care about anything?" Parvati replied, "Lord Shiva is my worshipper. I have dedicated every moment of my life to him, and every characteristic of his, whatever it may be, is extremely dear to me." Seeing Parvati's loyalty and love, Shiva appeared in his true form and proposed marriage to her. Parvati was extremely happy, and her parents also agreed to this marriage. Preparations for the marriage of Shiva and Parvati began. The date and place of marriage was decided. The wedding was organized on the Himalayan mountains. All the gods, sages and people from all over the world participated in this marriage. The form in which Shiva came to the marriage was amazing and shocking. He came riding on a bull, living in a cremation ground, covered with ghosts, wearing a snake and a garland around his neck. The gods and others became worried after seeing this form of Shiva, but Parvati's love was ready to accept this form of Shiva as well. Shiva and Parvati were united in the marriage ceremony. On this occasion, Brahmaji chanted the marriage mantras and Vishnuji performed the duty of father of the groom. This marriage of Shiva and Parvati is not only a symbol of love but also a symbol of the balance of creation. Shiva's life was a symbol of renunciation and renunciation, while Parvati was the embodiment of householder and love. The union of the two symbolizes that balance is necessary in life. Parvati infused balance and love into Shiva's life. He calmed Shiva's anger and taught him to enjoy a normal life. On the other hand, Shiva also showed Parvati the path of meditation, renunciation and penance. This union of the two is a testimony to the fact that when man and woman respect their nature and complement each other, the path to happiness and peace in life is paved. After the marriage of Shiva and Parvati, two sons were born, Kartikeya and Ganesha. Kartikeya became the symbol of war and courage, while Ganesha was considered the symbol of wisdom and prudence. After his birth, the family of Shiva and Parvati became complete. The birth of Ganesha and his story are particularly famous. It shows how Shiva and Parvati showed love and duty towards their children. Ganesha also performed his duties towards the family and came to be worshipped as a god. The marriage of Shiva and Parvati symbolizes love, sacrifice, balance and the ideals of life. This story teaches us that stability and peace in life is possible only when both the parties complement each other and follow love. This story is an integral part of Indian culture and will remain a source of inspiration for the coming generations.